Hello everyone, Kurtupo here. My dog is barking in the background, so hopefully it's not that loud. But yeah, we're here with round 3 of the Battle Stadium Singles Open 2. The tournament, it turns out, is double elimination. I forgot about that. Whoops. So we're here for another round. We're against Mishimono. But last time we were against someone who's been in the community for quite a while. Mishimono is, well, I mean, everyone says Mish, so that in and of itself shows not just how long Mishy's been in the community, but also just, I don't know, I don't think cultural impact's the right word, but the point is, we're probably going to lose. And probably we're going to lose harder than we did last time. Speaking of last time, we are going to be bringing almost the same exact things. We do still have that Sandy-ish team I mentioned. There's also this Quagant team. I think I mentioned that as well. And then lastly, we are not going to be using this team. Last time I only brought it because it was the only third team I have. This is kind of a team I threw together. I started making it yesterday. I was testing it a bit today. It's not perfect, definitely not perfect, but I think it's better than the last one, and that's all that needs to happen. Yeah, I kind of said everything I wanted to say. I'm not actually, we might just cut here, to the battle, in which case, I will catch you guys then. Okie dokie. Well, I actually not sure. I don't think they're online. I guess I'll just wait for them to come to me. But in the meantime, I did want to talk about this team, because I'm not going to do a team preview unless I would. In order to do that, I'll have to do that after the battle, which seems weird to me. But I'll just talk about this team now, just because I made it. So this is a team in progress, as I mentioned. I started making it yesterday, and I only kind of finished, quote-unquote, by finish I mean there are now 6 Pokemon on this team. But first up we have Snorlax, and Mimikyu. I kind of want to make a team built around Snorlax and Mimikyu. Snorlax is well, it's a pretty defensive normal type, I've been told. And so to complement that, I have Mimikyu, who is a pretty offensive ghost type. So of course Mimikyu is immune to fighting type attacks, and Snorlax is immune to ghost type attacks. So they cover for each other pretty well. We then have Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat is mostly here for Corviknight. Corviknight kind of walls both Mimikyu and Snorlax, of course, having both electric and fire coverage. Especially fire coverage, I mean, is really good against steel types, which neither Snorlax or Mimikyu can really touch, even though Snorlax has both Earthquake and Fire Punch. I don't really feel comfortable using Snorlax as, say, my answer to things like Corviknight. I have Ludicolo. Ludicolo is a Pokemon obviously, Rotom is Choice Scarf. I just like Scarf Rotom. I don't know, I don't really have anything to say about it. It seems to be pretty much what everyone's using. It seems pretty much, that everyone uses this exact same set for Scarf. Sometimes they don't use Trick, sometimes they use Will-O-Wisp, but I like Trick better. Now I can talk about Ludicolo. And Ludicolo has Scald, Giga Drain. I think those are pretty standard. Keyword is think. Whirlpool and Encore. I like trapping stuff with Ludicolo. Encore is, of course, very powerful. Say we switch into a Corviknight, just because Corviknight's a problem, as it's setting up Iron defenses. Then we can just click Encore and then click Whirlpool, and then they're kind of trapped in there, and so I just kind of like trapping. And while Ludicolo is probably not the best. Maybe something like, now I think about Lapras would be pretty good, but having that grass type coverage is pretty good. Just on the whole, Ludicolo doesn't usually do more than like it's either water or grass stab respectively. Kobaberry is here to deal with just all the random things that have max airstream on them. Yeah, and then we have Galarian Darmanitan. I'll actually talk about that a bit later, but as you can see, it's a pretty interesting set. And then we have Hippowdon. Sorry, I've just been showing like the list. I probably should have been showing this screen with like all the EVs and everything. But Yawn, Earthquake, Whirlwind, Stealth Rock. If that looks familiar, that's because it was the same Hippowdon on the Durant team, the Null Ant team that I stole, except the IVs are different, so I think I'll actually steal those. What is it, 108 defense? I don't actually know what the EVs are for. Like what specific things it's supposed to survive, but I guess I'll keep it because I'm not sure what else to do. I really like this set. Setting up Stealth Rock breaks sashes and deals chip damage, which is going to be super important later on. And Yawn is absolutely great. I've learned my mistake. Once you set up Stealth Rock, pretty much all you want to do is yawn until something in front of you falls asleep, in which case you start spamming Whirlwind. And Earthquake is here just to deal a literal non-zero amount of damage on things that aren't immune to it. It's very defensive, very bulky, sets up Sand, which is not ideal in this kind of team, but it does provide extra chip damage, and that chip damage is important because we are running Zen mode Darmanitan. So I did mention, like the very first episode, not even of the series, of the last tournament, that I was experimenting with this kind of bulky Darmanitan. That way we could survive one hit and then KO a bunch of things in return. That way Darmanitan isn't completely... of course, it wasn't Scarf before it was banned, but because the problem with banded Darmanitan is that if the opponent is faster, then Darmanitan is completely worthless. So I said I would put bulk into Darmanitan such that it could survive hits from those faster Pokemon, and then we could OHKO in return, and then continue to do Darmanitan things. So it kind of just occurred to me that if we're going to go all in on this bulky strategy, we might as well go with Zen mode. With Zen mode, Darmanitan reaches, you can't really see here, but it reaches a crazy 130 base attack, base speed, super duper fast, and a crazy 160 base attack. That is ridiculous. To help activate our Zen mode, we do have Substitute, and even with, or how do I say this? Because we're kind of putting all our eggs in one basket whenever we use Darmanitan, it's very important that we outspeed everything. 204 and a +1 pretty much guarantees we outspeed anything except for... Actually, I was going to say except for Scarf Dragapult, but I believe this outspeeds Scarf Dragapult anyways, if I'm not mistaken. And a little bit more speed, just such that... so we can outspeed Excadrill. If we are against an Excadrill and they... what's the word? We outspeed all non-Scarf Excadrill, so if we're against an Excadrill and they outspeed us, we know that they're Scarf, and we of course can use that to our advantage. And I just put the rest into attack and the rest into defense. I feel like if I had more time, I would probably invest a little bit more into defense, but I'm not really sure what things to invest for, because I would only really need to invest against things that would outspeed us and might KO us and we might live. I'm not sure what those are. If I had more time, as I said, I literally just put Darmanitan on this team earlier today, so it's not like I had that much time to really think of EVs, and I didn't really talk about it, but the reason I'm making sure Darmanitan is EV'd properly is because Darmanitan, it has a 105 base HP, which is really good, but it has absolutely terrible defenses, both in physical and special. So, so it's very important that we EV, because we can't say, oh, Darmanitan is generally bulky enough that we can survive things. But yeah, that's kind of this team. Not super duper thought out. Again, I made it last night. Started it last night, I should say, and kind of just slapped Pokemon on this team earlier this morning. But yeah, I'm still not sure what's up with our opponent. Maybe they're here and I already missed them. I don't know. But yeah, I'll just cut to then, and I'll see you guys once we start the battle. Hello, we're back. Sorry guys, there's a bit of a mix-up, mostly on my end, but that's the second time in a row I've done that. There's a challenge button. What was I gonna say? I don't know. The point is we're about to start. I was thinking about which team I should start with, because I'm not really sure. I've started with this Sandy-ish team pretty much every single time. But even though I have done that every single time, it is the team I'm most comfortable with, so what's the word? So I think that's what I'm gonna do anyway. Oh, and what? Let me, well, I can, whoop, no. There we go. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know, I was probably gonna complain about how I confused myself. I had a bit of trouble, just trying to find Mishimono, because I think what happened is, I left my, I left my computer. I told Mishi to just ping me on Discord. Excuse me, on Discord. I told them to just ping me when they were ready to battle. And I kind of just left my computer on because I thought they would ping me on Discord, and so I just left my computer on. I was doing some other things, and I was waiting for them to ping me on Discord, and I think they pinged me on Showdown. But by the time I realized it was a lot later. So huge thanks to Mishimono for for hanging in there. I'm sorry, it's what's the word? It's been a bit awkward getting here, but we're finally here. Finally at the battle. They're probably just gonna steamroll me anyway, so I don't feel super duper. Whoop! There we go. It's steam time. So I don't feel super duper confident. I'm gonna do the same thing I always do, which is ask to ping people. Ping on Discord / PS Room. So yeah, something I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna say good luck, have fun. Right when I notice it, not 5 minutes afterwards. But yeah, something I was thinking about was playing music. I don't really like what's the word? I don't really like music because I find it very distracting. Not when I'm playing. I mean, music can be distracting. No, let me rephrase that. Well, actually, let me ping people and then I can rephrase that. Anyway, so as I was saying, I don't really like the, well, so, okay, well, I better start talking about the team. I can talk about this later. So Conkeldurr, Gyarados, Colossal, Mimikyu, Hydreigon, Duraludon. Now that I think about it, can you guys like see my mouse? No, I just thought about that. But Gyarados is obviously super duper scary. Conkeldurr is kind of scary as well. Charizard looks really good here though. Like if we can break Mimikyu's disguise, if we can get past Gyarados, we're looking pretty good. So I'm not sure what to lead. I really like Excadrill and I like Charizard. The only thing the Charizard really doesn't beat are Hydreigon has its Scarf, which it might be, and what's the word? Gyarados and Colossal as well, I suppose. I do like Vikavolt. But also kind of want Rocks Up. Actually, now I think about it, Mimikyu's not too bad either. Actually, Mimikyu might be better than Charizard now I think about it. Yeah, I think it is. Is Corsola any good? Kind of. I mean, it helps against Gyarados unless it has Taunt, in which case it definitely does not. I think I'll bring Vikavolt, Tyranitar, and Mimikyu. Yeah. I don't know. I really want Rocks because that's like my main way of dealing with Gyarados. Maybe I should just bring Corsola. Nah, but if it has Taunt or Sub, then Corsola is literally dead weight. Okay, I think I will bring Vikavolt just to get Sticky Webs up, because that means we'll be able to deal with Hydreigon. I think I'll have Mimikyu. Yeah, I want Mimikyu. I need some way of dealing with Gyarados, and I think it is going to be Tyranitar. If only to just sack it in exchange for a Thunder Wave. That might be worth it in and of itself. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. Okay, it's Duraludon. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what this thing wants to do. Duraludon. Little words. I can't speak. Duraludon. Duraludon doesn't outspeed Mimikyu, so I think I will just go for Sticky Web. Because I'll want it for... It might not have brought Dragon. On second thought, I don't know. Because Sticky Web is really only here for Hydreigon and potentially Mimikyu, assuming we can break its disguise. I just don't really know what Duraludon does, other than like maybe set screens. Maybe. If it is screens, is that bad? I think I still click Sticky Web either way. If it's screens, my best bet might be just to I'm also assuming it's just clicking screens, but if it is screens, I think the best course of action is to just try and stall it out. Yeah. I'm not really sure. I could take this opportunity to start thinking of if any of my other teams would be better. The big threats are Gyarados, Duraludon, and Hydreigon. Would Quagant be good? What would Ant do against this team? Nothing now that I think about it. So maybe not that team. I don't think my own Gyarados would be that great either, so I don't think I'll bring the Quagant team. Would Togekiss be due? Or would Togekiss be good? We trade rocks for webs, so glad I didn't have Charizard. I'm not really sure what I want to do. Okay, what I'm thinking is I don't want to really click String Shot. Or maybe I do. Would they switch into Gyarados, or would they just try and deal damage? Because that'll determine whether or not I want to go... If they go into Gyarados, then the correct play is the String Shot, I feel. But if they don't, then I have a choice between Guillotine and Mud Slap. If I think they have screens, I think Mud Slap's the better play. If they don't, what would they go for? What does this thing even do? Actually, this is probably not the best time to do this, but I'm actually gonna go to the page for Whoop, that's not where it is. It's in here we go. Is there a Duraludon page? I'm being very professional here. Uh-oh. There is not, so I don't have no idea what Duraludon does in singles. I'm inclined to just click Guillotine. They Dynamax, okay. So, clicking Guillotine was definitely not the play then. Well, we're wasting turns of Dynamax, which is alright, in my opinion. I should have gone for Mud Slap, I guess. I was just so afraid of them switching in Gyarados. But maybe I shouldn't have, because I have Tyranitar. I guess I should have just gone for Mud Slap, yeah. I also don't know their item, though, and proccing weakness policy would be pretty bad. Maybe I should take this opportunity to put stuff in the calc. Let's see here. Mimikyu, Sandy-ish team versus Assault Vest or Screams? Presumably Assault Vest. Play Rough doesn't do as much damage as I thought. Uh-oh. What if we're at +2? Then it does 60%, so I have to see. And they get a defense boost. So, is it better to go for Thunder Wave? Presumably we already outspeed. Alright, I'm just getting... I have no idea what that was, but I'll check it later. What if we Dynamax and do this? Then there's a pretty good chance we OHKO. But not if they're +1 defense. Yeah, I think I'll have to go for Flamethrower. Or is it better to go for Thunder Wave? It might be better to just go for Thunder Wave, honestly. We're Steel Spike, we live it. And we land this, very nice. So that +2 defense. Oh man, this is looking rough for every time. Okay, so that does about 30%. So what does that tell us? If we have, tells us it's not assault vest for sure. Flame thrower would do. Oh, I can just Tyranitar. Okay, so it's definitely not assault vest. What could it be? It might just be weakness policy. Flamethrower did 31, so that's about what we expect. How much health does this thing have remaining? 60. We'll do 68.7. 68.7. I don't know. We'll put in Mimikyu. Oh, that's not right, because we have this one. It's +2. What if we're at +2 and Dynamax? It doesn't quite KO. That's pretty bad. We might have to. This is pretty bad. I think we have to Swords Dance and hope for paralysis. How much will Flash Cannon do? Not a whole lot, so yeah, we have to go for Max Starfall. I definitely did not play this game super duper well. Yeah, because if they have Mimikyu, we kind of just lose. And yeah, they do have Mimikyu. So yeah, GG's to our opponent. By our opponent, I mean Mishimono. So what went wrong there? Having Mud Slap would have been very, very nice. Looking Mud Slap instead of Guillotine. Yeah, that's mostly it. I do think Tyranitar was the right play. But I think I will bring. I don't know if Quagant's the right play though. Togekiss isn't that great, I don't think. Let's check it out. Togekiss. We know they're not Assault Vest. So that's nice, I suppose. Did we ever find out what item they were? I don't think we did. It's not a Healing Berry. Flamethrower is not even 2 KO. Would our other team be better? I'm inclined to think yes. But I don't have as much experience with this team, but I might have to. If it was, what would I lead? I guess Hippo would be a lot better. Deals with Gyarados a lot better. Mimikyu, our own Mimikyu is still pretty good, so I think I would bring that. Would Darmanitan be better? Would Darmanitan make sense? Dunks on Colossal. No, both Mimikyu and Conkeldurr don't really kind of say no to Darmanitan. So it'd have to bring. Would Rotom Heat, Ludi, or Snorlax be better? Snorlax not that bad. Actually, it's kind of bad. Would Ludi be better? Ludi's not that much better. Rotom seems pretty good. Yeah, I think I will bring the my new team, even though I'm not very familiar with this team at all. Well, they have a entirely different team, so hold on, let me do this. Okie dokie. I still don't want to bring Darmanitan. This isn't the same team, right? No, okay. I still don't want to bring Darmanitan. Mimikyu, Conkeldurr. Darmanitan is just not that great. Powdon looks pretty good, though. Not gonna lie. Rotom Heat. It's okay, I suppose. Ludicolo looks pretty good, actually. It'll be hard to break through Conkeldurr. I'll have to hope Mimikyu can just do that on its own. Snorlax is not that bad either. Actually, Snorlax is pretty good. Except for Conkeldurr. Is it better to forego rocks and just lead with Ludi instead? I don't know. I've never really led with Ludi, but if they lead Whimsicott, Darmanitan might just win the game now that I think about it. Because we can set up sub. Actually, no, that's a bad idea now that I think about it. This is pretty tough. I definitely want Snorlax and Mimikyu, but in the back, I'm not quite sure what I want to lead. Hippowdon. The thing is, Hippowdon's not actually that great. Because, yeah, Stealth Rock breaks Excadrill's Disguise potentially, and it chunks Rotom pretty well, but Snorlax, I feel, deals with both well enough that it might be better to just bring something else. If this thing is Scarf Rotom, Rotom Heat. This thing is Scarf. Can it KO us? Yes. Okay. But if it's not Scarf, then we can just click Substitute a bajillion times. Well, if they lead with Rotom, I think I just go directly into Snorlax. Yeah, this doesn't... This is kind of awkward, but I think I will lead Darmanitan, bring Snorlax and Mimikyu. Because if they lead Conkeldurr... Actually, if they lead Conkeldurr, is that bad? If they lead Conkeldurr, I think I just switch directly into Mimikyu. If they lead Excadrill, we're in a phenomenal position. Same thing with Mimikyu. Same thing with Dragapult, and same thing with Whimsicott. Actually, yeah, I'm going to bring these three. But let's see what happens. It is Rotom Heat, so I'm going to do exactly what I said I was going to do, and just switch directly into Snorlax. Not going to think too hard about that. Mishy has the 3 best mons? Yeah. I was kind of looking at the viability rankings, because I never really took time to look at them too hard. And I'm noticing the top 3 mons on their team are just those the 3 Pokemon in S tier in the viability rankings. And I think about it, I only have one, which is just Mimikyu. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Yeah. I think if they're Scarf, I think they'll just Volt Switch out. Because usually Scarf Darmanitan doesn't have a huge way of dealing with Rotom, so I don't think they would switch out directly. Oh my gosh, my phone's just going off like crazy, excuse me. But if we were regular choice Scarf Darmanitan and their Scarf Rotom, I think they would just stay in because regular Scarf Darmanitan really isn't able to touch Rotom anyways, unless we had Rock Slide, but I don't think that's common enough. But I think if they are not Scarf, if they are Scarf, excuse me, I think they'll just Volt Switch out. And what was I gonna say? They Dynamax. Okay, so definitely not Scarf, and we take that like a champ. Huh. I didn't really think about what I do past switching into Darmanitan. But how about I put it in the calc for once? Against presumably not Scarf. We'll put Specs, I suppose. And they're Dynamaxed. So Max Flare did about 15%. 15.3%. That's actually a low roll, assuming they're max attack. Wait, if it's a low roll, okay, so there probably are specs, or at least heavily max special attack, etc. It seems I just spam Facade. Well, at the very least, we'll be stalling out their Dynamax. Are they switching out? Okay, they're switching out. What do I want to do here? I kind of need Snorlax. Do we think they'd read the Mimikyu switch in? I mean, they're amazing players, so maybe. I mean, also, Darmanitan doesn't look that great. So, I mean, if we have to sack something, I don't feel too bad sacking Darmanitan, but it seems Mimikyu will just Oko this thing. I'm not a big fan of just switching in Mimikyu, especially when they might just be going for knockoff. How much does Darmanitan do to this thing? Ice Punch actually does a good amount of damage. Do we need Darmanitan? What do we need Darmanitan for? Excadrill we can take on with Snorlax. Mimikyu we can take on with Snorlax. I think I am just going to sack Darmanitan. Alright, they went for Thunder Punch and we're paralyzed. But are we still faster? We might still be faster. We just go for Fire Punch in the sun. Yeah. Okay, so I think we just go for Play Rough here. Yeah. Do I go for Swords Dance, actually? I kind of don't want to go for Swords Dance, because if they switch into Rotom, then, I mean, I'm likely going to just switch into Snorlax anyways. I'll just go for Play Rough. Yeah, they switch into Rotom. Deals 33%-ish on a crit, so I'll plug that into the calc. Play rough crits against Rotom. We're assuming it's specs right now. It will do... Wait. 35.6, and it did less than that. And that's the min roll, so... So they're definitely a bit bulkier. They probably just have optimal EV spreads, like they put some into defense. Actually, no, that makes no sense. Rotom has extremely high defense. Okay, well, they have... yeah, they have a considerable amount of defensive investment. Do they have Volt Switch? They have Volt Switch, is that bad? If we Dynamax, does Max Phantasm KO this thing? It's kind of a roll, but I kind of want to just go for it. Alright. Oh, they barely lived that. That's pretty bad. Maybe I should have gone for... well, I thought it would KO. Dang. Well, this is pretty bad. I don't want to... Yeah, this is super bad, actually. I think we just lose because of this. Well, I guess it depends what they have in the back, but... If it's Mimikyu, we're kind of in a problem. Ooh. Well, this is pretty interesting. I'm thinking I just max guard. Actually, we have Disguise intact. It's better just go for Max Phantasm. Alright. Shodan still has the glitch. We can click sneak here. I think we'll be fine. Actually, it's probably better to switch into Snorlax. Because I don't want to take unnecessary chip damage on Mimikyu. I'm going to do that, actually. Because we'll get chip damage on Conkeldurr, and that might make the difference. Interesting, okay. Well, our plan is just to snack Snorlax. No, sack Snorlax. Go for Drain Punch. Oh, I forgot about Drain Punch. That's pretty bad, actually. Conkeldurr. We're no longer Dynamax, and we are burned. They're like 80-something%. We have to go for Swords Dance, I think. Thunder Punch does... I think we just lose this, yeah. Is that a visual bug? Okay, so it's not just on my end. Good to know. Oh, I guess we just lose. Yikes. Okay, what could I have done better there? I could have just switched into Snorlax. I was just so certain that Max Phantasm would KO, but maybe I should have assumed... Yeah. Like, we knew they had a lot of bulk, because it did less damage than possible with only 252 EVs. So I guess I could have said, okay, they're obviously abnormally bulky. Maybe I should switch in Snorlax to get a good amount of chip damage off and guarantee. But I figured it would be enough. But clearly that was not the case. So that was pretty much the only mistake. I think other than that, I pretty much played this game exactly how I should have. I switched. It was the wrong. I recognized what I had to do if they led Rotom, and we did that, and that went pretty well. Obviously, Darm was not very helpful at all. That game, I was thinking of breeding Ludi. Now I think about it, shows. Oh no, I'm just reading that wrong. Yeah. Thanks. I don't think I mentioned it, but I did sign up for the BSS tutoring, and 1TP is my tutor, and yeah. Yeah. What was I thinking about before that? Right. What could have been better than Darmanitan? Because all Darmanitan did was get sacked. I guess a Powden. This damage really came down to This battle really came down to chip damage, and obviously Hippoden's role is purely just to get chip damage off, and so obviously that would have been a lot better. Ludicolo wouldn't have been that bad as well, but yeah. Clicking Max Phantasm when I shouldn't have was one mistake. I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure if I should have read Drain Punch. I don't know how obvious that was. I figured they would not go for Drain Punch because the obvious play is that they go for Drain Punch, and so I would switch in Mimikyu, and I figured they would have been in a better. Or how do I say this? If they went for Drain Punch and I switched in Mimikyu, then it would be Conkeldurr versus Mimikyu. You can get up a Swords Dance, and we can KO them with Play Rough, maybe. And then they switch in Dragapult, and then we just click Sneak. So that would lost them the game. So that's why I didn't think they would go for Drain Punch. I mean, obviously I might be wrong. Maybe even at +2, a burned Mimikyu doesn't do enough damage to KO Conkeldurr. No, actually it totally would have, because if they didn't Drain Punch, then they wouldn't have gained health. So if switched in Mimikyu as they Drain Punched, I would have won the game. Well, regardless, that was my line of thinking as to why I didn't stay in. Or, excuse me, why I didn't switch into Mimikyu, because I figured they would realize that, and they would go for a different move, predicting I switch in Mimikyu, I break the disguise, and then something similar to what happened here happens, and then they win the game. So I guess that was a misplay, but I kind of just predicted my opponent. I predicted myself, yes, you could say. But yeah, I think I played this game in game 2 in particular. I played it pretty well, I feel like. Obviously, Darmanitan was not the right ring. Bringing literally anything else except for maybe my own Rotom Heat would have been pretty good. I guess a Powdon would have been the best option. Yeah, I think that would have been better. Yeah. Maybe. I guess it depends on what their Rotom is, but I think it would have been better than Darmanitan. For sure, regardless of what happened. So I think that was a big mistake. Drain Punch, turn. I mean, obviously I did the wrong thing, but I don't necessarily disagree with my play immediately. Maybe when I am a bit better at this game and I look back at this battle, I can determine whether or not that was the right call. And definitely switching out Mimikyu into Snorlax. That's not the right one. Because I thought it would do more damage than it actually did. And obviously getting burned pretty much lost me the game. It didn't pretty much lose me the game, but if we did KO Rotom, then I'm pretty sure we would have won the game immediately. But we didn't, and that did not happen. Game 2 went a lot worse. There's quite a handful of things I could have done better. Obviously, I don't know what they had in the back in this game in particular, so yeah, I don't know. But I definitely should have gone for Mud Slap instead of Guillotine. I did say that if I activated their weakness policy, that would have been pretty bad, but I guess I could have at least hoped for them missing against Mimikyu. I could have at least hoped for that much, but oh well. Well, I guess if I went for Mud Slap and they did have weakness policy, they would KO Duraludon, or excuse me, they would KO Tyranitar. I guess not. Yeah, I should have just gone for Mud Slap anyway. Yeah, because they ended their Dynamax, so it wouldn't have really mattered, I guess. I still think I lost this game, though, because my only way of breaking through Duraludon is with Mimikyu, and my only hope really was to hope that Mimikyu could beat Duraludon. These names are hard. Duraludon with its disguise intact, which probably wouldn't have happened, and then I would have had to beat this Mimikyu mirror, and then somehow deal with whatever they have in the back, and I'm not really sure what I could have done better. I didn't really know what Duraludon does. Yeah, I guess I should have just hoped for hacks. I guess. What could I have brought better? Charizard, but Charizard wasn't that great. I guess Excadrill. I guess I should have brought Excadrill, because even though Excadrill kind of loses to Hydreigon and Conkeldurr, I could have at least done that. Tyranitar was here mostly to deal with Excadrill, or excuse me, deal with Gyarados, and it might have been better to just have Excadrill and not have an answer to Gyarados anyways. I don't know. I'll have to think about this. It's also more likely than not the answer is have a better team. But yeah. But yeah, anyways, that's it for now. Kind of dragging on this final part where I kind of reflect a little bit. I can do that on my own. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And it is double elimination, and so of course we're out of the tournament. But of course, Battle Stadium content isn't going away anytime soon. As of the recording of this video, I still have not uploaded all the stream archive videos. Oops. So I'll be doing that, and of course, whenever the next tournament is. When is the next tournament? Maybe I can check that real quick. But of course, stay tuned for the next tournament, and I will catch you guys next time with Battle Stadium Singles Classic, I guess. Except it says playing Gen 5, 6, and 7, which I definitely don't know how to play, so maybe not. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Until then, take care.